honestly, I have no idea how the videoing are gonna go for 2020. My days are packed and I am just out of space in my brain and my time for shooting, editing, and getting done videos. I wanted to do, I've tried several different ways and I just haven't found a way that works for me. Everybody wants to see how I make my pages, and unfortunately, I don't work that way. My book sits on my desk and then I add a sticker here, walk away, put a photo down, walk away, do a few more things, walk away. And so a page could take me a day or two, even if it's really simple, because I just poke at it and have fun. And I feel so much pressure when I have to get it all done in a take or a couple of takes in the video. I don't feel like the pages are mine anymore. I'm just creating them for YouTube. And that's not what my fauxbonichi was for. So I'll probably go back to doing maybe some flips or something like that. And I don't know, but I don't want to make promises, so I'm not going to. I see a lot of people that say, hey, in 2020 I'm going to do more videoing. I'm just going to be flat out honest. I don't know. And I mean, I'd love to, but between my Living Whole Food Plant-Based group and all the Instagram stuff and the Facebook stuff and the fauxbonichi journalers and all of these other things, I'm out of brain space. I love YouTube. I watch it all the time. I have such an appreciation for people that can get these videos up all the time. Y'all have time, I guess, and just drive and want. And as much as I love it, I can't get it done. I had all the month of November videoed, but by the time I got time to edit, it was December. And then I started on December and then I just couldn't keep up with it. And I don't know. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but on the flip note, it's not fun. And so I'm going to just do random videos here and there. And if you guys want to watch and you stick around, that's awesome. If you don't, I totally understand and don't blame you. And I don't want you to hope if I can't provide what you're looking for. With that said, because I have no time in my life, I've decided to start another project because I had a moment talking to my husband the other day about my grandmother. My grandmother used to tell me stories about how she and Grandpa met, and she was working in the cotton fields and she was carrying these big bags of cotton, and the story has probably gotten diluted so much over the years and in my memories, but basically he didn't want her working in the cotton fields. They got married and she no longer worked in the cotton fields. Long story short, they were married for, oh my gosh, 60 plus years, I think. I'd have to do the math. And they were my favorite people in the whole wide world. And I miss them greatly. But what I realized talking to my husband the other day is that I can't remember the stories anymore. Nobody wrote them down. There's pictures of some stuff, but they don't mean anything to me because I wasn't born yet, or I just wouldn't have had access to those people. And the more time that goes by, the less I remember. And I realize that that's an entire generation gone. And I didn't want my story gone. And while I was talking to my husband, and he's going to do this little project too. In fact, he's ahead of me. I haven't even started and he's already started. I'm not sure what we're going to call it. I think I'm going to call it like Bygone Days Journaling or Bygone Day Chronicling, or I don't know. Tell me what you think after you've watched this, if you make it to the end. It's going to be a long one. In fact, I think I'm going to pull out my stool and sit down because it's going to be a long one. Anyways, my point being is the fact that I realized that the everyday simple stories about my grandparents were gone. I don't know what her favorite color was. I don't know what she loved about Grandpa. I mean, I know they loved each other, but what did she love? You know, what did he love? What did they see in each other? What are these photos and who are these people in all these old photos? You know, there's a date on them or there's a name, Francis. Who's Francis? I don't know. You know, where were we when they had me and my little brother and we're at this beach? That must have been a great trip. I don't even remember. I mean, and what little I do remember is it'll get gone soon enough. And so I got to talking to him saying that we've got to get our stories on paper. It's not enough to take a photo, pop it onto Instagram and go, look, this is what it is. Because you never know when Instagram is going to go away. What if it went away tomorrow and your whole life was saved on Instagram? Poof, you know? I save everything on discs. Every single page I've ever done in any journal, I have on a disc. I have a backup plan. But it's not the same as reading the stories in a book. Other thing I have is stuff. Baby clothes, awards, stuffed animals that I had to keep. I have boxes and boxes of old photos of me. But when I went back through them, I was like, I don't even have a clue what this is. Or worse, oh my gosh, I remember when I won that belt buckle, and I have an entire story about this belt buckle. But nobody's gonna know that story because it's not written anywhere. I can tell my son about it. He might randomly remember it when I'm dead and he's going through our stuff, maybe. He won't know how important that was. He won't know the hours that I stood in the rain to win that. He won't know that I loved horses, that I was really good at riding and showing horses. I was a professional. He won't know any of that. And his kids, they won't either. And their kids won't even know I existed. I was just that person back in history. I don't want my story to disappear. No, it's not pioneering. I didn't invent anything and I didn't discover a cure and all of this stuff. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's still my story. I've been keeping journals for years. My husband has not. I have stories about what I have remembered as days go by because I wrote them down. I took a photo, I put it on a page, and I wrote the story about the photo. My husband didn't. Guys don't. You know how it is. Here's the problem. There is no story from his side of it. How did he see it? What did he do? What was his story growing up? What was his story with our son? What were these pictures? He takes thousands of pictures too. I couldn't tell you what they were from, where he was at when he took them. They were obviously important enough for him to take, but they mean nothing. They're on a hard drive, saved for something. We have years and years of photos down. Find the stories in your mind. Find things that trigger memories so you don't forget. It's all gone if you don't. So that's my story for today's story. I don't know if I will do videos about this, mostly because I probably feel like this would be like watching somebody's vacation videos. I have boxes. Hold on. Well, just boxes and boxes of stuff. I'll try to put a clip in here so that you can see what I'm going through. I've kind of decluttered quite a bit of it, but for the most part, it's stuff. But it meant the world to me when it happened. And I want Josh to know what it meant to me. That before I was mom, I was somebody else. That this is who I was when I was 15. Who I was dating when I was 15. You know, what high school meant to me or didn't. It's my story, and nobody will know it unless I tell it. Today's story is very important. You should write today's story down. And that's what my fauxbonichi is to me. Every day I write something down. It doesn't matter if it's just about the everyday. Just about the cat taking a silly nap. It doesn't matter if it's about a cooking pot that you bought. It just doesn't matter. What matters is that it's your story and you got it down. But the current is just as important as the past, and the past is just as important as the current. Don't regulate one to being gone when you miss out on so much, because who will know your story if you don't write it down? I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. If you still are hanging around my channel, you are appreciated. Live your best life. All the information I can provide is down below. If you'd like to subscribe, you are a saint. If you like this video, please click the like. Questions, comments, all of that kind of stuff. I'm mostly on Facebook and Instagram. All of that is down below. What's your story? Do you keep your past written down, or is it gone? See you later.